Yo, what's up guys? Billiam here with my first video ever on this channel. I've made videos on another channel before, but I haven't made it on this one. So that means it's my first video. So today we're going to be watching some Actually Happened, and yeah, it should be pretty fun. We're going to watch some totally real stories that aren't fake. And yeah, let's start it out with, I pranked my teacher, but got caught in my own trap.
Hey, I'm Nicole, and...
Hi, I'm Nicole, and... Why does it sound like you have a gun to your head? It's okay. You don't have to be scared. There's not a freaking gorilla that's gonna come out from those trees which you're in.
And I have an absolutely embarrassed...
Oh, never mind, there is. It's a dinosaur.
It all started with a prank that turned out to be worse than we immediately thought. It all started when a new chemistry teacher came to our school. Let's call him Mr. Jackson. He was very strict. Like, our previous teacher would give us good grades without us even having to do a lot of work. But Mr. Jackson insisted that we work hard and would...
Imagine a teacher insisting that you work hard. That's like the worst thing that could happen. Like, honestly, I think they should all just, give us 100. Like, they should just play a movie every day.
Punish us if we didn't. Me and my friend Vanessa were kind of mad at him because he was ruining our grades. So we decided to get revenge. And we decided to fill his chair with glue. And we did it while
Genius. I mean, I've never heard of that idea. Like, putting glue in someone's chair, like, that's basically the same as Albert Einstein inventing, gravity.
He came in, looking into his books as usual.
Aw, what a nerd. He's looking at his book? Bro, stop. Don't be a nerd.
Quietly saying hello to everyone, and then he sat down. Both me and Vanessa were trying really hard not to laugh. At first, he was sitting, talking about that day's topic for class for like 5 minutes. And then he stood up to write something on the...
Okay, is that like super glue or something? Cause like, I figure, like, it would be hard for him to get out of the chair, but like, he wouldn't get stuck. Like, if it's just a normal, like, school glue stick, my papers usually fall out of those in like a week. I'm sure an actual human would be able to get out of a chair.
Blackboard, and he couldn't. He got really confused and looked at everyone, lost and even a little scared. He did...
Why is he scared? He's scared of the chair? Is that dinosaur from the intro gonna go get him?
Did it again, and this time he stood up together with his chair.
That just wouldn't happen. Like, the chair would fall off. Like, that wouldn't happen. I would test it, but I don't have any glue, and I don't have a chair I would be willing to ruin.
At this point, we couldn't hold our laughter any longer, but everyone else was laughing too.
When everyone in the class turns into a shadow and then just dances, because that looks more like a dance than a laugh, to be honest.
After a few steps, Mr. Jackson sat down and desperately tried to separate himself from the chair, but he couldn't do it. He was so ashamed of himself and quietly said, "Help." One or two of my classmates stood up, took him by the hands and started...
Why is everyone except her and her friend a shadow? Like, the people in the lunchroom were a shadow, everyone doing that laugh dance was a shadow, and the people trying to pull him from the chair was a shadow. It honestly feels like they just didn't finish the animation. Like, they just were like, oh, it's time for our daily video, but we aren't finished. Who cares? Go, upload it.
Started pulling, trying to unglue him from the chair. Finally, after a few pulls, they did it. Only a small piece of his pants actually stayed stuck to the chair.
L.
Everyone, including Vanessa, was still laughing. But I was getting uncomfortable because I didn't think about how...
Well, I mean, clearly you used frickin' super glue. Because that's the only way to explain this. And even if this, like, even if they did actually use glue that would, like, keep him from getting out of the chair easily, like, you wouldn't suddenly feel bad. You'd just be like, haha, that's pretty funny. His pants got messed up.
How far this would go. Well, Mr. Jackson got so embarrassed that he raised his voice and said that he will find out who did it, and then he left the classroom. Vanessa was so happy about it.
Is that like, who does that? Like, like I just imagine like a basketball player like scoring the game winner, and then they're like,
Was so happy, and everyone was making fun of Mr. Jackson, and he was the kind of person who just couldn't stand up for himself. I was so ashamed of.
well, maybe you shouldn't have given so much homework, Mr. Jackson. Gosh.
In fact, when he started to give me private tutoring lessons, I saw him for what he really was, a really passionate teacher. During the breaks in our studies, he would tell me that he was actually that strict because he wanted us to learn.
No. No, really? A teacher wanted you to learn? Next you're gonna tell me that a McDonald's worker wants to give me food.
And he really tried to make every lesson as exciting as he possibly could. He also said to me that he always thought that I was really smart, and that was the reason he was giving me such a hard time. He even told me that he was working on a lesson that would tell us how he could have dealt with the glue incident using chemistry. I only remembered all his lessons and realized that they were really interesting and...
What do you mean? So you get tutored by him, and you decide, oh, remember those lessons I hated that I thought were really dumb? Yeah, those were actually so good. It's like if someone watched a movie, and then they're like, I don't like it. This is bad. But then one of the actors, like, says hi to them, and they're like, wait a minute, that was actually a really good movie. Why do they do that walk? I've never seen a single person walk like that.
Lesson, he said, we need to talk. It turns out that someone told him that it was
Frickin' snitch.
me who had something to do with the glue prank. I immediately started to make excuses, but he said, you can either confess or I will tell your parents about this. I continued to lie. So he stood up and went straight to my parents. They were shocked and really angry at me. And my dad raised his voice at me, which he had never done before.
I think you should be a little concerned if his voice is so loud that it's literally breaking glass and like shattering the walls. Like, you might need to get that checked out.
Of course, Mr. Jackson refused to tutor me after that, and I was grounded. I felt so ashamed of everything, so I
When you become a tomato.
promised myself that I would study really hard to prove that I had changed. I tried to explain to her that he was a good guy and that she should stop. But she really had it out for him and didn't want to hear anything I had to say. She decided to do the worst thing possible. She wanted to do the same prank again.
Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Oh my gosh. Rookie mistake. Never do the same prank twice. Come up with something new. Maybe draw Mr. Jackson more like Mr. Stupid on the chalkboard. But don't do the same prank again. That's a rookie mistake.
I caught her doing it and asked her to please stop, but she wouldn't listen. So I had to do the only thing I could. I decided to warn Mr. Jackson. Class started.
Oh no, now you're a snitch? Are you kidding me?
And I saw him enter the classroom. I tried to warn him, but he didn't want to listen. He just said, Nicole, go back to your seat. I wanted to save him, so
Why?
I did something pretty stupid. I sat on the chair myself.
Oh my gosh. Why?
Looking back at it, I could have done a lot of other things, but I panicked. So I sat on the chair. And Mr. Jackson asked, "What are you doing?" But then he slowly realized what had actually happened. He
What did actually happened?
immediately dismissed the entire class to spare me from the
Why do they walk like that? What? When you're angry, so you just like flail your arms when you walk? I think you're making it pretty obvious who the prankster is, Vanessa.
embarrassment, and Vanessa gave me a very nasty look on the way out. Mr. Jackson helped get me off the chair and took me to the principal. He told her everything, and the principal asked me why I would do this a second time. I said that I had nothing to do with it this time, and she asked me to tell her who it was.
Nicole, don't be a snitch. I'm warning you, Nicole. Don't be a snitch.
I told her that I didn't want to tell, but the principal said that it wasn't worth protecting this person because what they did wasn't nice to Mr. Jackson.
Oh my gosh. Like, if it was that easy, like, hello, this is Domino's. Do you know who prank called us? No, I cannot tell you who prank called you, Mr. Domino's. Well, it wasn't very nice of them to prank call me. Oh, okay, it was Brandon.
Or even to me. I finally told them who did it, and
No! Why? Nicole! I mean, I know it was probably Vanessa who snitched on you the first time, but you didn't have to do that. Why would you tell her? Stupid dumbhead. I hope Vanessa finds out that you snitched on her, and I hope that she... I don't know, what do girls do when they're mad? Makes a Instagram post about fake friends. Boom.
told them the whole story. Both me and Vanessa got put into detention where we had to...
Why was she put in detention? What did she do? I mean, I know she was a snitch, but schools don't punish for that. Why was she put in detention? She stopped the prank from happening. What?
to study a lot. I also got into a lot of trouble at home. Vanessa hated me for what I'd done, and she stopped being friends with me.
I understand you, Vanessa. I'm glad you did that. You did exactly what you should have done. She shouldn't have been a freaking snitch.
One day, Mr. Jackson told me that he was proud of me doing the right thing, and that he noticed how hard I had worked. And I finally told him I was sorry. Sadly, he left our school after the end of that school year.
Did he literally just carry a blue bag everywhere that's like 2 inches long? I don't think you can fit all your stuff there, Mr. Jackson. Did he like put his house in his little blue bag? Like, okay, let's go. It's like a Pokemon ball.
It was really hard for him to recover after everything that happened to him. This is probably the worst thing I've ever done to a person. I feel really ashamed.
Yeah, you should feel ashamed for snitching on Vanessa.
Now remembering Mr. Jackson helps me to continue studying, and I really do hope that students treat him better at another school. Please share this story so kids will remember that teachers are also people.
No, they aren't. They're all cars. Alright, so thanks for watching this video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.